Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And today we are talking about a question that you guys ask us often, actually.
Yes.
And it has something to do with drapes, which I know you never see us pull. We have a whole bin of drapes right behind us. And you probably are like, why don't we ever see those drapes so often?
Sarah and I have been in this business doing this work for a combined total of about 45 years now.
Yeah, we got to add on this whole journey. So
Okay, but before,
Yeah.
we were with a company who pioneered that situation. That sit somebody in a chair, throw the drapes on them, and go back and forth. And Sarah and I have developed and pioneered a different way to do that, and it's turning out to be a lot more accurate. Because one of the things that we heard frequently in that old way was that, I had my colors done with this person. They told me I was a this. I had my colors done with that person. They told me I was a that. And we searched for we're both kind of technical. You far more than me, but yeah, really. We were very comfortable with technology. So one of the things that we noticed with typical draping is that the time of day changes your light temperature,
Yes.
your spectrum of light. It changes. And because we're working with infinitesimal tweaks with 20 palettes, if the sun goes behind a cloud,
Completely different.
while you're working,
winter days. Okay, I'm taking us off topic.
do it.
I'm doing it today. We, in another life, we used to, we would if you wanted to match a lipstick from a lab, we would get a submission. They would say, hey, does this match? And if a tweak needed to be made, we would tell them, we need more of this, we need more of that color pigment, whatnot. So we used to do that. The weather, the time of day, all of that.
The season of the year.
Everything went into consideration when you're doing that. Why? Like a snowy day, a rainy day, the cloud, everything's gray. It's a little bit right.
You get your blue cast.
Yeah, that when the clouds are super gray and it looks like it's about to snow. Well, all of that will shift the coloring to look bluer. Or if it's the golden hour, light, it's
warmer.
Right. We're shifting.
And that's so the way nature works. That is color theory. So the point is, it's not controllable.
Right.
Shadows shift depending on the angle. Wall colors will bounce onto skin. So if someone is draping you in their living room and their living room has a particular color, you will be draped with that cast on your face.
Right.
Clothing reflects back into the jawline. We know that. We use that.
Yeah, that's why we do color analysis.
And of course, sunlight, it doesn't. I knew a guy who wrote a computer program showing the sun's angle every hour of the day for photography purposes. But it taught me that with every single minute, sunlight will change. So you're trying to get a consistent result from one drape to another drape and see what looks better. And the clock changes and it's never going to work. I mean, it kind of works, but it's never going to be the level of precision that we require in what we do. And even your analyst's outfit, what she chose to wear that day, is going to reflect possibly on materials around you and on you. So, and your face is never still. So your face is never still, and you've got a 3D experience happening. The light is never neutral, never. The analyst is never seeing your calibrated skin, something that you can build everything off of.
Right.
And so I think of it as environmental distortion. That sounds weird, but that's what I call it. Yeah. And that's why 6 different analysts are going to give you 6 different readings because, the one's doing it in their living room, one's doing it in their kitchen by eastern facing light. It's never going to be the same. Plus, the human eye then auto corrects colors based on surroundings. So the eye will get a big snoot full of, the surrounding and your face, and the eye is going to correct for that. So it is virtually impossible to get and you jump in if you think I'm being too dramatic.
Obviously, when we're talking 4 seasons, we're putting everyone into 4 different buckets. So there's a wide range of people that fall. So, when you're talking about something so simple as like the 4 seasons, granted, we're over here like giving you custom colors that we know are exact and that will look fantastic on you. 4 seasons isn't doing that quite so well necessarily.
Yeah. One of our clients, they give us such wisdom. And she said, well, I think she put me in spring because that was all she had.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Our most recent color analysis, she was designated
gorgeous clear autumn though.
Right.
And
yes, yeah, totally right. Because they were putting her as clear spring because that's all there was, because she was clear and warm. But the thing is, she was deep. So they were saying, oh, you can only wear the deeper colors of a clear spring.
So they literally told her, and she was telling us this, well, you can wear salmon, but it's got to be a darker salmon than this we're going to give you.
Right.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
But
slightly off topic.
It is slightly off topic, but it explains so much.
Right.
Because, I don't know how, I think half of our clients have said they've gotten multiple color analyses in the past. But let's talk about the power of digital calibration, because that is what we embrace. That's what we work with. That's what we've developed programs in. And a properly calibrated digital photo, this is what happens that the human eye can't even begin to process. It freezes your real pigments. They're frozen in front of our faces. And it freezes your skin tone. It freezes your true chroma. It freezes your depth. And it's not like, you move your head and your depth changes, and it removes any potential for shadow shifts. That is gone. It removes ambient warmth. So if you've got the sunshine bouncing off a wall here and there and it's adding warmth to your skin tone that isn't really there, you don't have to worry about it when you're working digitally. We're big fans of the digital process. And it also, and you can jump in here because you may not agree with this, but I believe that when you're draping people, there is an emotional bias toward fabric. Because you've got all this environmental stuff happening and somebody slaps a drape up on you and you're like, I don't like that. So what happens is, if somebody is going through 200 drapes and you're looking and you're like, I get all flustered with 16 carpet swatches on a board. Right. And you got to go through 200 drapes and you got to know that this one lights you up and this one, it's too much. It's not that laborious, you don't have the theatrical effect where people are going,
right,
like, oh, this is your color, and somebody's going, I don't know, is it? But it does remove that emotional bias. And then it allows us to scientifically test the image. For example, we have our own color database. It's got about 6,000 shades in it now. Plus, we've done this with every Pantone shade on Earth. And we've identified the tone, the color temperature, and the clarity. For every Pantone color, we can then put in, we need this clarity, and we need this color temperature, and we need this happening, and For somebody's whites, we need this, and this. And it's calibrated. It's not Sarah looking at it and going, I don't know. This is how it works. This is how it will work. We can sample multiple tones on the skin. So if we want to give tones that are flattering to the skin and we've got, we want lift, we can sample a particular area on the skin. We can strip out all the visual noise, that like, I wear glasses or I don't wear glasses, or I can, so we can make that go away. We can average our pixel values. So, for example, if we're trying to get coolness on the skin, and like if you went out and got your picture, used a color picker, and you picked your eye color or you picked your skin tone, it would look gray.
Yeah, it's not going to look blue. It's not going to look green. The majority of the time, it just looks gray.
Right. So that has to be averaged out, and you have to average out with certain sections of your skin. I mean, it's complex.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, especially when we're like trying to calibrate the photo, making sure everything's perfect, that what we're seeing is what you actually are in the photo. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
And how do you average those pixel values? In other words, if you pick up these various shades and you want to average them together and then make them look like skin, how do you do that? We do it digitally. Just to sum it all up, unless you want to go off topic someplace. Yeah,
I think we hit our off-topic quota for this video already, so I think we're good.
Okay. So digital analysis is simply more accurate. It is. It's proven to be, because of all these things that we talked about and its consistency. So if we have a neighbor who wants a color analysis and she could just drop by and get draped with the tens of thousands of drapes that we've invested in for this purpose, we don't do that. We generally do her digitally because we want to give her a consistent, perfect product.
Unless you want the theatrical, let's do it.
Yeah, there is something about, flopping that drape around and...
Right. And then you get to see it. So there is something to it. We're not saying no, Well, even our digital clients, they get to see it. What is your biggest issue with doing the draping? For me, it's that environmental influence. It just drives me nuts. I think it's just overall the inconsistency that you can get with it. There's so many factors that go into it. It's just, there's so much unknown. So it worries me a lot when I'm looking, even the weather. Like, how you wouldn't think the weather can change so much, but it really can completely change. And I go back to a lipstick, swatching lipsticks and instantly saying, wow, this shade needs less blue because it's blue. But then the next day you go back to it on a sunny day and the shade is perfect. And you're like...
Well, I don't think we ever got a perfect shade from a lab. Never once.
We're too precise.
We got some crazy shades from labs that were like, is this even the right color?
It was our job. We needed that.
Okay.
That was job security right there.
But part of that precision and that... I don't know. You might be sitting there thinking these people are neurotic. I mean, they're
about
taking
color.
This to a level that's just, oh my goodness. And I think it was that process, that what we did in makeup that made us so neurotic about color. Because if it wasn't perfect and you approved something that wasn't perfect, then 20,000 pieces of this not perfect thing go out to your client.
My God, even more than that. Are you kidding me? Like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, go out to someone who's already bought this lipstick, and they will call you up and they'll say, my new lipstick, shade X, does not match this new, this old shade X that I've been wearing for 3 years. Yeah. Now, there obviously, in a neurotic brain, you're going to say, well, 3-year-old lipstick, it's going to get a little sticky. It's going to, that color is going to change a little bit. So, are you dealing with the new or are you dealing with the old? But at the bottom line, if you can have something that is calibrated and perfect, why not embrace it?
Yes. So digital color analysis is really great for that. Now, if you're interested in doing a digital color analysis with us, I do have links down below. So come on over. We can do your custom color landscape. We take your hair, your skin tone, your eyes, all into consideration. We go through 4 seasons. We go through 6 dominant characteristics. We go through the 12, the 16, and then you get a whole custom palette at the very end. Links are down below. Just going to throw that out there. And
if you join Patreon, our Patreon, that's our school. That's where we've got color analysts who are working this method. They're proficient at
Learning,
it. They're talking
teaching.
about it. And how many do like over two? It was 2,000 last time I checked.
You've been the tracker of that one.
I love our group.
So come on over to Patreon. Link is at the end of the video and in the description, as always. So are our social media channels. Any way you want to find us, down below. So thank you for joining us today. Lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.